Greetings, friends. It's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush. And this time, a different collage. I decided to do a rose. I have some dear friends who love roses, and were looking over the roses that I had done in collage. And so many of them had already sold that the ones they really wanted were in an art show or sold already. And so I thought, I really should be doing more collages of roses at the moment, because I am getting a little, not tired of beaches, but more like weary of the colors and wanted something really different. Now I did the background in black mostly because I was going to put the green leaves that were in the foreground very bright, and the rose is yellow. But after I finished it, I wished I had not used so much black, because it's almost too dark. But you tell me. I could be wrong about that. It could be okay. It just felt a bit on the dark side to me. And the next one I'm going to do fairly light in the background. So you can see I'm very carefully going around the perimeter of my rose with my black pieces, mostly because I didn't trace the rose like I trace some of the children I do on the beach. I wanted to just jump right in, just get with it. And it's a rose. I can change some of the lines, and it's not going to hurt the finished product at all. Unlike, people, you change the lines on their faces and they don't look like the same people anymore. I don't know why this particular clip turned out so very dark, but there you are. I'm dealing with it. Could have been the camera. I've been having a little trouble with the camera. But as you can see, I'm still putting in pieces for the background, and some green pieces now, and working a little on the leaves. This is from a photo reference that I took myself. I love to take photos of roses. It's just a pleasure to see them. I ought to bring a little bottle of aspirated water to just spray some little water drops just for fun, but I haven't done that lately. So this camera only allows me to take 25-minute clips at one time, and then it turns itself off, which is okay. It gives me time to take a break if I want to, or turn it back on if I want to, and go for another half hour or thereabouts. So if it makes a big colossal error like this with the color or the light all gone, it's only a small clip that I have to deal with. And then the next clip is perfectly okay. Now, isn't that interesting? Now I'm putting some highlights in blue on my leaves, because rose leaves often look very shiny. And I'm tearing the paper so it's rough. The interesting thing is that it doesn't look like much close up, but when you squint your eyes or stand back, it almost looks photographic. And now I'm starting in on the petals. I'm not using pure white, at least not at first, although I did grab some white and add some highlights. I'm searching for just the right colors. If I'm not careful, this rose could start looking like it's tan instead of yellow, so I've got to get some yellow pieces in there. And near the center of the rose, because the petals are so translucent, the light shines through it and glows. It has almost a orangey feel. I think it's light bouncing off of the stamens in the center of the flower. See, now I'm putting some white highlights on the tips of some of the petals. And the orange is going to really add to the glow. You notice I'm doing one petal at a time because each one is an individual. It has light and shadow and, wrinkled nuances all its own. I'm actually using a reddish brown for the deepest shadows on the inside of the flower. As I get toward the center, the pieces get smaller and smaller. I feel like I'm working with tiny little shards of paper. And it's really easy to cut one out and then drop it and it's gone. It's lost in the folds of my shirt or else on the floor, and once it turns over, it's a different color, so it's not the same I feel like I'm not looking for the same piece of paper. Sometimes it's very difficult not to drop a piece and lose it altogether, and then I have to cut a new piece out or spend an hour searching. Well, that's not good use of my time. Okay, I think I've got the center done. Now it's just adding a little more yellow here and there because the flower's starting to look a little blue. And a few white pieces. The highlights really help. And that's it. There it is, all done. I added the word yellow rose up at the top, or words, and a few other words here and there that, you know, had the right background. So what do you think of my collaged rose? I kind of like that slash across the upper right corner. It gives movement and dynamic feel. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. I certainly appreciate everyone. And do gives me a thumbs up. It just makes my day. Bye everyone. Have a really good week. See you next time.